What's going on, everybody? This is Kevin from Daily Mobile, and today we are going to do a full review on the Samsung Note 2. This is the follow-up to the Samsung Note 1, the trailblazer in the phablet category, which is a category I happen to love. This one is slightly bigger than the original. It has a 5.5-inch display. It is 1280 by 720, which comes in at a resolution of 265 ppi, which may seem low by today's standards, but it's actually a pretty crisp, clean display, as you can see. Inside, it's got a quad-core processor, 1.6 gigahertz. It's got 2 gigs of RAM. What I'm holding in my hand here is the AT&T device. This one has 16 gigs of internal storage, but it's also available in the 32, 60, and 64 gig variants. Plus, there's a micro SD card on the inside, so you can up that at any time you want. It has a 8 megapixel camera on the back with a single LED flash and a 1.9 megapixel camera on the front. Let's do a quick hardware tour before we go any further. We'll start at the top there. You can see the earpiece and the camera that I just mentioned, and you can see your proximity and your light sensor, or maybe you can't see those two features. Down here at the bottom, you have your home button, and if you're back, and your menu button. Underneath, you simply have your USB port and your S Pen. Coming up the side here, all you have is your lock unlock button and your /power button. I do like that on the side, as opposed to the top like manufacturers like HTC tend to do. On the top, you simply have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And coming down the side, you have your volume rocker. Like said before, on the back is your 8 megapixel camera and just your standard plastic Samsung back cover and your speaker. That's pretty much it for the hardware tour. Couple things I do like about this and a couple things I don't like about the way it's set up. What I do like about it is Samsung is one of the only Android manufacturers to still keep the settings button, as I like to call it. A lot of them have replaced it with other kind of useless buttons that would show you the couple pages that you've had back, almost like a Windows phone, whereas on this one, if you just hold down, it kind of shows you where you've been, making that other button useless. I use the settings button a lot on a Windows phone, so I do like that. Also, as mentioned before, I like the button here on the side for the lock unlock, especially on a bigger device like this. What I would prefer to see, though, is I would prefer to see this button here on the side for your volume to be moved over here somewhere. I find that when I'm playing games or just simply surfing the web, I bump the volume button a lot inadvertently. Okay, on the software side, you can tell that this flows very, very nicely. And what I think is half of the Project Butter that Google has put in, and half of they've just improved the TouchWiz UI. It just seems a lot smoother, a lot better from the original Note. Things just flow better. Up top, it's a little more streamlined. And there's also the S Voice, which if you would just push this down twice, you can give it commands. Open What's the weather going to be like?
Here is the weather for Frackville, Pennsylvania.
There you go. It works well. You can also launch apps with it. Launch Jetpack Joyride.
Opening Jetpack Joyride.
Well, this is a nice touch. I'm really not a big fan of talking to my phone, but I know a lot of you out there really enjoyed that feature, so there it is. Another feature that I didn't get too far into is Google Now. I'm not that integrated into Google that I could test that and give it justice for you. The other new thing we have here, or improved thing, is the S Pen. You see the S Pen is a little bit thicker, a little bit nicer. Let's see, it still has the hover feature. Let's see if I can get it to hover over anything. No. Let's find something with an S in front of it. There you go. And as you can see with the hover feature, which I like a lot, it shows you what's in that folder before you actually open it. And the other cool thing that this does is if you hold down on the little button there, you can kind of do what I like to call doodling commands. I'm sure that Samsung has something better, but just draw a circle. And if you give it a second, there you go. We took that and we copied it, and we can throw it into anything down there. Right there, it's copied to the clipboard. And you can also program it to do whatever you want with just little commands. For instance, if I wanted to, draw a question mark on the screen and have it open up, I don't know, Google search, it would do that. I did not program it to do it. This is one of a series of a bunch of what they call S motions. I don't have a lot of those programmed in. One of the useful ones that I can give you an example of, you come to the lock screen, hold your finger down on the middle. As you can see, it opened up the camera straight away. And the other thing that just came, which I was waiting to do the review for, was this just got the multi-window update on it. As you can see, there's that little tab to the side. You can pull it out and you can open up anything on this that can run multi-screen. So we're going to open up that S Note, and I'm going to open up, let's say, YouTube. All you do is you drag it to the side, and voila, you're running two things at once. You can simply swipe to go full screen with something. While I like the feature a lot, I don't like that tab sitting there all the time. There's got to be a better way of implementing that through the settings, or maybe just something up in your notification bar there. As far as the camera goes on this device, the camera is actually pretty good. The device I tested before this was a Nokia Lumia 920, so naturally the pictures aren't going to be as good as that. Let's just find some pictures that I took with this. We'll just do pictures of the 920. And as you can see, the pictures are pretty good. They're pretty crisp. When you go all the way in, they do become a little bit blurry, but you are holding a camera phone and not a camera. So it's kind of to be expected. This was indoors. As you can tell, it was daytime. This is kind of a low light situation here. Looks pretty good when I took a picture of the tiles itself because they're backlit. But you won't be disappointed in the camera, unless, of course, your previous experience was a 920. It's not as good as that, but it's better than probably 90% of the cameras I've seen out there. Other general thoughts on this device is that it still feels good in the hand for the size it is. I do like the fact that you can go one-handed with, say, like your dialer. So you can see it shifts everything to the side. So you could use a device one-handed if you wanted to. And I've been using this device for almost a month now, and I did not get any of what I like to call the Android lag. It does not lag at all doing anything, whereas when I was testing the Note 1, after about a month, 3 weeks to a month, it started to bog down in between like little basic applications switching back and forth. But this one's nice and smooth. If you guys have any questions on this device or need any more information, you can feel free to leave it in the comments or just send me a quick tweet. I am at Nokia Knowings on Twitter. Thanks for watching.